What's up, guys? So I mentioned a couple days ago starting a little video series about how certain Diluted songs came to be, how to play the riffs, the inspirations behind the songs and all that. And I decided I'd start today with one of our newer songs, Zuckerbot. That one just came out in November on our new EP, Unsubscribe. There's a music video up that we're pretty proud of, that our friend Atticus Kaiser shot and directed and edited and produced and all that good stuff. So go check that out. Check out the entire EP. It's the best music we've made to date. Initially, I think I came up with the little riff after the first verse. This little I think that came before anything else, and I kind of crafted the song around that part. I'm not sure what I think. I was probably just listening to a lot of like Code Orange and a lot of those like and mathcore and shit like that. Those like little panicky dissonant chords are some of my favorite things in heavy music. I think I was just probably really stoked on Code Orange's album at the time. I think Forever was the last. Forever. I was really stoked on that. I was just trying to come up with some disgusting kind of loud metalcore riffs, and I think that's the first thing that popped into my mind. From there, the main riff, that little chromatic run, that's definitely inspired by an Every Time I Die song called Werewolf. That song has always been a huge, well, I mean that band in particular, but that song has just always been a huge source of inspiration for me. I like those really chromatic, kind of rock and roll, dirty, hardcore riffs, and I feel like that one kind of takes the cake as far as those go. Yeah, just a little chromatic guy from the 4th fret. But no, I can't even play my own fucking song. Holy shit. So it's 4 3 2 0 1 2 3 4. So it's not totally chromatic, but it's almost something like that. When you get back to the 4th fret, coming back up to it, you give it a little bend. So and typically I downpick most of these things. I just find that the attack and the sound that I get from downpicking, especially for that riff, just works better than alternate picking. But sometimes, you know, if we're playing it live and it's going a little faster than the studio version, sometimes I'll alternate pick live. But definitely, if you're trying to play along with the song or playing to like a click or something like that, you're going to want to downpick that to get that kind of aggressive picking sound. From there, there's a little natural harmonic things on the 5th and 4th frets. So after that main little chromatic riff, so yeah, those little it's the 5th and the 4th fret on the low D and the A string. Just kind of alternate between those. Yeah, just making noise wherever we can. And then the second time you come through that verse riff, there's another little riff. Just a little noisy, kind of dissonant thing with a pinch harmonic at the end. So the whole thing would sound like this. So that's the verse riff. I think that counts as the verse. This song's got kind of a weird structure, but we call that the verse riff. So yep, you do that, and then you go from the verse riff to that first riff we showed, that kind of dissonant. And at this point point is when me and Matt start playing something kind of different. Instead of doing the little panic chord things, Matt does just like an octave. I can't play Matt's parts, apparently. So yeah, it's just like a little octave thing. Yeah, something like that. I don't fucking know. Who cares? And from there, we go back to the verse riff, little chromatic guy, and do that a couple times, and then we like palm mute that, and do those chords where you leave the next two strings open, just kind of like a deathcore thing, like that chug. So the only like thing we're fretting is the low D, and you're leaving everything else open, and you're kind of striking those next two, the A and the D strings as well. So instead of going we do that, and then we do and it's important to get that little squealy boy on the 4th fret there. So yeah, and that little chuggy part leads into the breakdown, or one of the breakdowns, I don't know. But that leads to the build-up of the breakdown, which is...
It's the easiest breakdown in the world.
I don't know when I came up with it. I have a feeling I came up with it while we were jamming the song, and I had the cool riffs figured out already, like the little chromatic thing. And then we were probably just trying to think of a breakdown, and I had something dumb in my head and didn't want to bring it up until no one else could come up with anything. So what if we just do... Because that's pretty cool, right? Can't go wrong with something like that. It's been done a million times before, but it's real intense, simple and just heavy. But we spice it up a little bit with some panning. So we pan back and forth between Matt and I, and that was a process. Doing that live and like doing it at practice and stuff was kind of a process without drums there. So I think now we have Tyler just give us little sticky clicks in there to keep us on time. Yeah, so it just kind of goes back and forth. So he'll go, and then I'll do the next round of the little chuggy thing, and we'll go back and forth until eventually, right before the main breakdown starts, which is that same riff, we both just hit like a little dissonant thing like that, and then both play the... It's a really fun breakdown to play live. It's really simple. The worst part about it is it gets me so fired up that I'll start headbanging real hard and just kind of, I don't know, get sloppy, and shit happens. I guess at least I'm having fun. That's the important part, right? Because I'm not making any fucking money off of this. Yeah, so that happens for a bit. There's a little, I don't think it's a solo. There's a little thing that I do near the end of the breakdown. So instead of choking off the notes, Matt will start, for the rhythm, Matt will start kind of letting them ring out muffled, but still palm muted, so like... We'll just kind of play the same riff, just with some resonance and muting this time. That was really professional. I'm getting notifications on my computer as I'm filming this video.
Professional.
So yeah, while Matt starts doing that, I switch to this, I put on my trusty digital reverb pedal here. Yeah, something like that. Just to kind of make some noise. And then we do one more round of the chuggies together, and then there's a little break where the bass and vocals do some shit, and during that, Matt and I are just playing this really dissonant chord, kind of letting it ring out. It's just the first fret on the low D string, open on the A, and then the first fret on the high D string. So, and then every other string, just not fretted, just to make noise. And usually I'll do like a scrape the pick upwards to get more noise before the actual chord comes out. So like, so yeah, we just do that a couple times. And then one of them, we yeah. And then that leads to the last riff of the song. I've kind of lost track at what is what in this song, like what part is what in the traditional song structure. So fuck it. But this is kind of like, I think it's another chromatic riff. This one was more inspired by like early Nirvana, like Bleach era Nirvana. And this one just kind of goes like... Yeah, so you do that for a little while. The bass eventually comes. The bass starts off doing that on its own, and then we come in after like a big old pick slide, and I make a whole bunch of other noises with whatever pedals I have, shit, you know. And then we all come together doing that, and then at the end we palm mute it as the vocals are kind of hitting a crescendo there. So. And those little squawks between are just me hitting, just literally, like all my high strings just open, just to make noise. That's another thing I get from Every Time I Die, that kind of noisy riffing that they do. I fucking love it. So I implemented a lot of Every Time I Die influence into this song. But I love them. So yeah. And then the song just ends on us hitting that little dissonant chord, the 1-0-1 thing that we were talking about after the breakdown. And we just kind of do that same upstroke thing again. And the song just ends with those two pumps. Everyone kind of meets together on that. And that's Zuckerbot. That was cool, I guess.